Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Memorizing Quran has tips and tricks, and I'm very happy to be here today to share some practical strategies to help you build a stronger and more lasting memorization or hifz of the Holy Quran. We will divide it into two parts, and this is part one, how to memorize the Quran, and wait for us, inshallah, in part two, how to revise your memorized portions of the Quran. First of all, and above everything, you should prepare your heart and purify your niyyah, your intention. And that will happen simply by asking yourself, why? Why do I do that? Why do I go to the school? Why do I watch now this video? Why do I spend some times in memorizing or revising my portions? Why do I do that? The answer should be that I'm doing that only for the sake of Allah, for the sake of His rida, His pleasure, and His reward. So you should cleanse your heart of any distractions that may ruin your niyyah, especially from the worldly affairs, the dunya. Even before you open your mushaf to memorize, to read, or to revise, you should have sincere, pure heart, because this is your way not only to have a strong hifz, but also to retain that hifz and to have barakah and blessing in it. Number two, write down your obstacles. Document them. Take a moment to identify and address everything that prevents you from memorizing Quran properly. Is it lack of time, distractions all around you from your family members, from your phone? Is that because you are very tired and overwhelmed all the time? You should identify the problem, because this is the very first step to find the solution. If you know that the obstacle, for example, is your phone, so you will easily know the solution of it is to put it very far from you or even in another room to start the session with pure mind and pure heart. Three, find a friend, an accountable and trustworthy friend. He will be or she will be your partner. This person always checks on you, misses you when you are not there. He will support, encourage, and motivate you all the time. When your energy is down, when you feel disconnected, when you feel behind and so late, especially among your peers and students, if you are in the same class, they will check, they will remind you and help you get back on the track. Four, choose a suitable time, but not only a suitable time, a suitable, consistent time slot. You should determine the best time of your day when your mind is clear and in its sharpest level of purification, and distractions are all around you are minimum. For many, it may be Fajr, it may be late at night. It's according to your individual preference. No fixed time here for anyone, but consistency here is the key. If you stick to the same time every day, you will train your brain and train yourself that this time is for this task. I will not do anything other than this task for that time. Five, choose a suitable location. Find a place in your home, outside your home, whatever, where you feel peaceful, focused. Of course, this place should be very quiet and it should be well lit. You can specify or dedicate this location or even a chair or a single simple light next to it. So we have to fix the place, fix the time in order to train our brain. This is only the time and place for this specific task. Moreover, you should be fixed to a solid plan. You don't have to just open your Quran whenever it's available to you, hope to memorize well. It will be only according to your mood. If you are okay, you will open your Quran and take the portion and so on. All what you have to do is to create a detailed, realistic schedule. How much you will memorize every day, when you will start, when you will stop. This structured and detailed plan will keep you on the track, will keep you accountable every time. You will ask yourself, where am I today? What I should revise, and so on. Don't start without a fixed plan. By the way, you have to make this plan as realistic as you can. For example, you know very well that you lose your concentration after, let's say, 20 minutes. So your plan should be divided into sessions, 20-minute sessions. All those tips will help your brain be flexible with you, not getting you overwhelmed all the time. By planning every time you go to make hifz, you go to memorize or to revise or to do any task related to the Quran, you will save yourself a lot of time and effort. 7. Use your senses. Engage them in the memorizing process. Look at the words. Recite the words out loud. Even quietly, you still can hear your voice, your own voice. Hold your mushaf and point with your finger. Even listen to the favorite skilled sheikh. We are going in this point as well after a while. All those senses will help you in your memorization process. I can remember one time when I was memorizing وما من غائبة في السماء والأرض. When I hear my voice every once in a while, وما من غائبة في السماء والأرض, I immediately relate that this ayah has two mad. غائبة السماء. I've never confused this ayah and say, for example, وما من غائبة في السماوات. Why? Because I always listen to my voice out loud say غائبة السماء. 8. Recite to a skilled sheikh. This sheikh will listen to your recitation, will correct it if you have mistakes. This will ensure you are memorizing the correct pronunciation, applying the correct Tajweed rules from the very beginning of your memorization in order to prevent mistakes. Otherwise, if you make a mistake in the beginning of your hifz, they will become permanent and very difficult to get rid of them. 9. Use a fixed copy of your mushaf. Yes, it does work. Believe me, if you have the same copy every time you memorize the Quran, or even if you revise it, I mean with the copy, the edition and the print, it will develop the hifz in the brain by knowing the visual copies of the page, the location of the ayah. Is it on the right side or in the left side? How the letters and the words look like. The visual cue here is a powerful key in recalling the ayat when you are memorizing by heart. 10. Maintain a regular fixed amount every time you memorize. Not only the fixed copy or print of the mushaf, but also the amount. For example, each session I will be going to memorize one page, or let's say the ruba or quarter of the hizb. Yes, it is challenging. I'm not denying it's a challenge, but it's manageable. Still, you can do it. The consistency of amount is very important here, especially in relating and connecting the ayahs and the pages together. 11. Memorize with the waqf signs. This is very important thing you should pay attention to. The punctuation marks, the waqf marks. You should learn a lot how to make waqf, where exactly to stop, where exactly to start, what is the difference between the different waqf signs in the Quran. That will help you memorize the correct poses and correct starts as well. That will help you understand the ayahs as much as you can, the structure of the ayahs, the beginning and the end of the suras. That will be much easier for you to recall the hifz. Moreover, it's very important to regulate your breath, especially when you are running out of your breath quickly and you have very short breath. Memorizing with waqf signs will help you a lot in this. 12. Tajweed is crucial. It's non-negotiable. Based on my experience in Quran teaching, I've seen so many students who say, well, let's start the hifz, then we will learn about tajweed. That's a very bad thing to do, and it's a big mistake which will be very difficult to fix later on. Tajweed is not optional. It's not something extra you will learn later. No, it's a core part of your recitation and memorization. In fact, the recitation with proper tajweed is more important than the memorization itself, because this is how Prophet ﷺ read the Mus'haf, and this is how he taught Sahaba how to read, and so on. And you should read like them exactly. So we all as Muslims are asked to apply the Tajweed rules, whether you know the rules theoretically or not, but you should apply them. But not all of us as Muslims are asked to memorize. Focus on proper application of the Tajweed rules, the clarity of the letters, the makharij, point of articulations of every letter, and the sifat, the characteristics, and so on. Tajweed will help you be very fluent in recitation and memorization. 13. You should know the basic Arabic rules, the essentials of the Arabic language. You don't need to be an Arabic scholar or expert, but just the basic understanding, the shapes of the letters and their variations. How do they look when they have haraka? How can I pronounce them all properly? And a rough idea of masculine and feminine words. It will be helpful for grammar and context. 14. Read a simple explanation or tafsir of Quran. And it's something very advisable to do that before memorization. A short, simple tafsir or even translation of the meanings. When you understand what you say, this is more important also than just to memorize them. Ayat will be connected in your brain. You will understand the whole concept, the general concept. It will be much easier to you to recall the ayat and differentiate ayat from each other. 15. You should know exactly how to connect the ayat and suras together. And this is called in Arabic al-mutashabihat, similarities, which means that you may find some repetitive or similar ayat which are placed in many surahs, sometimes within the same surah. A rabt connection, a rabt between those ayat is very important for your memorization. When you finish a page, you should link this page with the previous page and with the next page. When you finish the surah, you should connect this surah with the next and previous one. If you have an ayah which is repetitive and it is similar in so many surahs, you should relate them all and address them all in order not to be confused, in order to recall every one of them separately and efficiently. Keep a notebook with you dedicated only for the mutashabihat, similarities. If you revise this notebook every once in a while, that will help you a lot in avoiding mixing them up. Now, the stage of memorization is finished. We should know how to revise what we have memorized already. This will be in part 2, inshallah. Wait for us. Thank you.